This is Linda with Linda's Backyard Garden. Wanted to just do a brief update on my indoor garden and also what I'm growing outside. So this is a geranium. I had it in that hydroponics unit right there, but it stopped working in the middle of the night one night, and I was up when it stopped. And so I just pulled that out. I had a lettuce, it died. I had a rosemary, it's outside, and the pepper never germinated. I had one more parsley. No, parsley? Yeah, parsley, and it died as well. So the only thing I have is the that geranium kiss tomato right there and rosemary. And I'm using the light to germinate some seeds that were very stubborn and I had a hard time getting to germinate. Mostly they're peppers, as you see in there. I'm going to take you into my spare bedroom. I have a little germination station set up in there, and I want you to see what I'm growing going on here. This is crazy, but I couldn't get anything to germinate this year, and I think in the past my lights have been warmer than my new lights, and I think that helped my germination because my germination station is set up outside on my back porch. It's a metal shelf that I have one of those greenhouse covers over, but I couldn't get anything to germinate, so I brought this in the house to germinate. And there were some, let's see, nasturtiums and some alyssums right there. Those are lettuces. That is this is a sunflower, and then the rest of those have not germinated. They're flowers and lettuces. This is my newest germination setup. These are marigolds, zinnias, and some other flowers that I did not get to germinate. They haven't started yet. I just did this night before last. So this is my, and I'm so sorry about the light, but this is, well, I'll turn the light off. So this is my outdoor germination station. These are my peppers, as you can clearly see. And here are, those are the peppers. Here's some nasturtiums, some basil, tomatoes, more tomatoes, more tomatoes, and some flowers and basil and things. So the story behind all these tomatoes, because I don't need this many tomatoes, I probably only need about 15, is I started tomatoes with that bunch right there. Started those first back in January. Nothing germinated. I mean nothing. So I started another round of tomatoes, and they were not, I did the paper towel method, and they were not germinating either. And that's these here. So I was very, very worried that I wasn't going to have any tomatoes. I was going to have to buy some. So in that little cup that I have in my living room that is set up on top of that hydroponics unit, I threw a whole bunch of seeds in there. I just threw a bunch of seeds that I wanted to grow this year. I said, I don't care if I don't know what they are. When the tomatoes come, I'll know what they are. Well, this is what germinated from that. These tomatoes here. So I germinated all of those tomatoes out of that cup. I pulled them out, put them in their individual cells, and they're doing wonderful. They're doing better than all the rest of them look like to me. None of the rest of them are as big as those, even though I started those last. And those I did in these were done with the paper towel method. but as you see, they're smaller than these that I grew in that cup. But anyway, so that's what all this is. So my peppers, various peppers, I think I have 20 something, and I usually grow about 20 something. I probably have about at least 75 tomatoes. I don't know what I'm going to do with all of those. Flowers and things, onions. I'm going to turn this light back on. All right. Right here, I have a bunch of brassicas. I am letting them finish hardening off, and then I'm going to put them in my bed. That's the rosemary. I bought that rosemary. It was on sale at Walmart, and that's the one I grew. Those are basils. That is falling over. That's one thing it is. Chamomile. Couldn't think of it. Out of this whole tray, you see here, this whole tray, the only thing that came up was that Swiss chard and that spinach. And nothing else came up out of this tray. I have no idea why. I don't know. I've never had this much trouble germinating anything. So those are my onions. This is like the third round of onions that I have sowed. I planted up some back in November. Then I went to a seed store, a local Hobby Lobby store, not Hobby Lobby, Hobby and Garden store, and they had onion bulbs, and I just went ahead and got some of those, and I planted those out. And now I've started this round of onions because I want to have onions. I planted the first round I told you about. This is the greens that I still have left. I fertilized them. Looks like I got it all over the place. Hopefully it'll rain. So these are lacinato kales, some kind of collards. I don't know which ones because I think I lost the labels. And then a mustard that I need to get out of here because all the rest of the mustards have gone to seed. These are my potatoes. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 potato bags. And then I'm going to have these as well. Those are potatoes these are Walmart potatoes. I got them from Walmart. These are potatoes that I had from last year that were going to seed. And so I just, they were sprouting. And so I planted them, and I did that 1 or 2 weekends ago. It must have been last weekend I was working. But anyway, so as you see, they are growing already. Those I just did, so they're not doing anything yet. These don't have potatoes in them yet at all. I'm going to do it. This is going to be where I'm going to put those onions that I have over there. So I'll put those in here. This is going to be spinach. I'm going to empty this out, and I'm just going to put spinach in here, maybe some lettuce. Spinach, I can't get spinach to grow. It just goes straight to seed. That spinach going to seed. I got one cutting off of that spinach. This is a bed that I'm getting ready to make. I'm going to have a combination of peppers and flowers and a tomato. This is a huge bed, as you see. And so it's going to get a bunch of stuff. Lots of weeds. I have lots of weeds, as you see. My mustard is going to seed. I snapped the seed head off of this one. This is where I'm going to put those collards and things. As you see, I picked all of my collards except for those. Those are I had somebody come out and get some of my collards, and they cut it down to the ground. They didn't know you were supposed to just cut and come again. And so that's them coming again. I don't know what those two right there are. They look like they're trying to be cabbage, but I didn't have any cabbage. But I swear to goodness, it looks like it's cabbage. But I didn't grow any cabbage. At least I don't think I did. And my label is right there, but it doesn't say anything. Whatever I used to write with washed off. Like this one, it says top collar, but this one says nothing. I already picked it up and looked at it. So this is some radish that I never picked, but I picked the rest of the radishes. I was gonna make pickled radish. I hadn't done anything with it yet. That right there is radish. This is the China Rose radish. Mrs. H on Homestead Heart, she swears the pods off of the China Rose radish is so good. She eats it for the pods. So I'm only growing this to get the pods to see how they taste because I really want to taste them. Here's my garlic. Some of them are doing well. Some of them are kind of small, as you see. I came out here last weekend and put more peas in here, but there's only one there. Okay, wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know where the ones that should be right here are, nor do I see the ones that should be right there. I have a lot of squirrels, so that could be what's going on. So that's that. I'm gonna put this bed together. It's gonna sit right here. I'm not quite sure what I'm gonna put in it. That is where I normally put my watermelons. I bought that garden soil. It's supposed to be some kind of compost mix or something. I bought that years ago before my mom passed away. She passed away about 5 years ago, and she and I used to dig off this soil. She would fill up pots and take it home, and she had a garden, but she did container garden at her house, and she had flowers and all kind of stuff, and I just used it in containers as well, or I filled up a garden bed with it. But anyway, it just sat there. I never really used it like it was supposed to be used. But then I started growing my watermelons in this mound, and it's worked out very well. And so that's what I'm doing, growing watermelons in this mound. I don't do anything to it. I supplement the holes, but that's it. At a greenhouse. Somebody is selling them. She bought extra ones, and her husband will bring them, deliver them, and set it up for a price. And it's going to be one of those it's going to be like that 6 mil plastic kind with a metal frame, which is fine. That's fine. But I'm going to put that, I bought some more of the woven ground cover from Grower Solution, the kind that goes inside real industrial greenhouses. So I bought that roll to put out there. Put those, my greenhouse is going to be small. It's not going to be huge. So those bricks represent how far out it's going to be. I'm going to bring it out a little bit more. I know it's blocking that gate, but I don't care. I don't drive through there. So how far out it's going to be, and also how wide it's going to be. Sun comes from there, and it goes this way. And so, and it crests over there. So I just feel like if my greenhouse is right there, it's going to get a lot of sun, which may be bad because South Carolina is so hot. It gets so hot. All right. Well, thank you for watching my video. If you're interested, subscribe. Bye-bye.